Greetings, friends of Friends House. My name is Gary Johnson. I'm one of the owners of the Center for Applied Research in Dementia and Monarch Pathways. And we have been so pleased to work with Friends House over a number of years on applying Montessori-inspired lifestyle, in particular to persons with dementia. If you haven't heard of this technique or method before, it's really pretty fascinating, and it's a growing movement that's really taking place all across the world. We have engagements in Europe, we have engagements in Japan as an example. We just started in Taiwan and the Philippines, and in the United States we're in around 40 of the 50 states. But I have to say, one of my favorite places to visit and to work with is Friends House. And one of the reasons is just the love and care and general feeling of warmth and connection that I get when I walk in the building. I am really pleased to say that Haviland neighborhood, the assisted living piece of Friends House, was able to achieve a gold level certification recently. So that means that they went through a process of training and adjusting their environment to employ techniques that are Montessori inspired. And as a shortcut to what that means is to help someone that has some cognitive impairment really live the best version of their life. As a part of getting gold level certification, you have to go through a series of milestones. The bronze level milestones are really all about learning the mechanics and the basics and the fundamentals of this philosophy and treatment. The silver level milestones are really deepening it into your system. And then you achieve gold level certification credentialing by putting all your knowledge together, everything that you've learned, into what we think of as an innovative project and bringing something into the world that doesn't currently exist. I want to tell you about the Friends House project that happened on Haviland Hall, just because it is so heartwarming and cool, and we use it now as an example to other places that are thinking about going on this journey. Friends House has a connection with a Montessori school, and so the kids come over and the residents go over to the school. So they have a way of interacting both at Friends House and at the school. And the children had a bus that, as I understand it, needed some repairs. The residents on Haviland Hall, so the memory enhancement neighborhood, decided that they wanted to help supply some money so that the kids would continue to be able to visit with them. So they did a number of different things. They put together a sale of trail mix. They sold hats. They sold different things and raised quite a significant amount of money. And I was there one day, and the residents had a table across the hall. And I walked down, and as I was walking up to the table, they said, "Hey, Gary, would you like to buy some trail mix?" And another resident said, "Hey, you're asking him the wrong question. We want to know, how many does he want to buy?" And they were just as sweet as could be. And they raised this money, and then to just give you a flavor of what is this Montessori philosophy, we worked with all the staff, and the staff spent a lot of time on when the money is given to the children, how could residents play roles in doing that, and so that the staff was more in the background and they were not doing things that a resident could do. So they spent a good amount of time on how to have residents play roles. And so they had a really neat ceremony. They got a big giant check for the children, excuse me. And when they gave it to the children, what do children do is they took the check, they raised it up in the air, and they paraded around the facility. And it was just touching and heartwarming. And that's a reason for a person with dementia to get out of bed in the morning. It's also a reason for them to go to sleep at night, where they're having a role to play and their world is getting bigger. And I'm really pleased to say that about 2 months ago, when I was there with a group of staff in one of their conference rooms, we had to get up and shut the door because across the hall were all the residents and children, and they were laughing and having such a good time we couldn't hear ourselves in the conference room. That's where you know life is happening. I'm also pleased to say that Stabler and Thomas are right on the cusp of achieving bronze certification for their long-term care and for their rehab area. And that should happen here shortly, probably in the month of December. So they're also moving along very, very well. And I am just so impressed. Every time I come in there, I leave inspired and I leave energized at what the staff are doing. And to give you an example, specific example, I left the training and I was walking down the hall and I saw a resident out in the hall. And I saw her looking kind of anxiously down the hall. And I was wondering, I wonder if I should see if she needs some help. And I asked her, how are you doing? And she said, oh, I'm fine. And then just at that moment, a staff person came around the corner and she called her out. And she said, I was so excited because I knew you were going to work today. And I want to tell you all about my day yesterday. And I did everything that you and I talked about doing. And I couldn't wait to see you today. That's when you know you have a community that's full of love and caring and that's just blossoming and coming to life. Friends House has aspirations and partnering with Monarch Pathways and Center for Applied Research in Dementia to become a demonstration site for us. So we have bronze, silver, and gold levels, and we have this all across the country, but there's just a few places that we ask and see if they would be willing to partner with us to become a demonstration site. And what that really means is that they're not only applying all these principles and have completed all the milestones, but they're able to teach it to others. And for people that want to see what this looks like, they can come and see for themselves, because sometimes seeing is believing. So I am so pleased that Friends House is also on that journey to find a way to change the world, really, and change the quality and the environment and long-term care. So as we age, we can do things, not that we used to do, although that is good, but we can do things as we age that we've never done before, and that there's still dreams to dream and things to happen in our lives. So thank you for giving me a bit of your time, and I hope your party or your event goes very well. And I looked at the menu, I wish I was there because I liked some of the hors d'oeuvres. But best wishes to you and blessings. Thank you.